To be fair, my picture on here is from when I was like 19, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's
Are you wearing a Monster Energy shirt in that picture?
No, that is a generic shirt from Kohl's that costs $10 with a lightning bolt on it.
Okay.
I missed that shirt, dude. I lost it, and I could never find it. It was like my favorite shirt.
I lost my favorite shirt at RIT in the fucking laundry. It was my shirt I got from the Aerosmith concert I went to.
Oh, that sucks.
It was fucking the best shirt. And it had like, it's not like we're just getting another one. We're like, well, I got it at the best concert I've ever been to. It's one of those things where it's like you can replace it, but you can't really replace it. You can get a cheap imitation of it to remind you of the original. But then when I'm wearing it, I'm just filled with hate for the original and for the friggin' asshole who just randomly took one article of clothing out of my dryer. Like, why even? Like, oh, Aerosmith? I like them. This is mine now. Bye.
To quote Louis C.K., well, he wasn't me, so I didn't give a shit what happened to him.
Yeah. To quote the Lou.
Dude, holy crap. Have you heard of, actually, no, never mind, we're live now. I don't know if I can even put this on, like, the full, like, edited version. It's just so terrible unless you're Louis C.K. Well, fuck it. Now I have to. Did you hear Louis C.K.'s bit? It was, like, an intro, and he's talking about, like, fucking a kid.
Oh, the Saturday Night Live monologue, right?
I don't think it was an SNL monologue, but
he did it. He did something similar on SNL, which was great. Maybe it wasn't the same bit, but
maybe
but
like
he dipped his toes into that.
Yeah, like he said something like he mentioned something about fucking a kid. He was like, I'm not gonna fuck a kid.
On SNL.
He kept prefacing it with like, I'm not gonna do this.
I fuck a dead kid. Relax, I'm not gonna kill the kid then fuck it. Only if it's already dead. I'm not hurting anybody. Calm down.
Are you telling me Louis C.K. is risque? Are you saying that?
Maybe.
I don't buy it.
Oh, dude, have you guys seen, there were a couple of videos on my Facebook about, like, Louis C.K.'s old stand-up from
yeah,
when he
actually,
just sucked?
I watched it. It's not that he sucked. It's like, himself. Or it's just like, oh,
I think he was trying, well, I mean, like, he was himself. I think it's just that he sucked. I don't know. Opposite viewpoints.
Yeah, I
guess.
I don't know.
It's like, it's not that he was trying too hard objectively speaking, but for his material, it was trying too hard. Like, in order for his material to work, he had to give up to an extent, which is hilarious.
Yeah. He has to be this beaten down, just, like, misanthropic, like, fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. If he had any glimmer of hope in him, it doesn't work.
Yup.
And so now he's successful, and that's awesome. Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him that he's lost all hope. So, I was watching or listening to Matt, have you heard of Wait, Don't Tell Me?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the improv thing. I was thinking we can learn a lot as far as tone and format from those guys because they strike a good balance between like game show mentality and like banter. As far as like structure goes, like they have their games and everything, and they do have banter in the middle of it, but they manage to balance it where it doesn't feel like it gets off track, which I think is good.
The only problem with the banter is it kind of messes up like the cutting it into segments bit.
Yeah.
It's tough to do. I think the one I just put out, 16, I think is probably our best case study of like how to weave it in and out because like the banter's it permeates all the games and shit, but it doesn't necessarily distract. Like none of the banter's too long where it's like, all right, we had 20 minutes of banter without a game. Let's fucking do something. Like there's more. It's fairly well split out, but like past shows, there's definitely been more chronic tangents.
I mean, we could also offer to record our voices for people's answering machines because that's still a thing.
I wonder how serious they are about that when they offer that. Like,
I think they do. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you want, it was just like, yeah, here's
Bill
voice
Curtis.
recording. Yeah.
Wait, we could offer a funnier voicemail. I was telling Alex about how we revolutionized Funny or If with the noun generator.
The noun generator.
I think we could use that for a lot of things. That noun generator, but
The best part was Mike gave an example of the noun generator, and he's like, okay, so Alex, for example, we'd go, it'd be funnier if his arms were made of, hold on, click, Syria.
Oh my God, my arms have a civil war going on.
My arms hate each other right now.
My right arm.
That's the best. It's so great and awful, but great. We don't even have to have the game. All we need to do is just like, it'd be funnier if his stomach was full of
Dave.
ocelots.
Ocelots.
Well, I was telling Mike last week when we were trying it out, like, if it, randomly had put, if his stomach were full of click bees, I probably would have lost it and just quit the show at that point, because it would have been just, and no one else would have gotten it. Everyone would be like, what?
Bees aren't that funny.
Bees aren't, okay.
I don't know why it was so funny when Clark did that. If anybody else but Clark did it, I don't think it would have been as funny.
I believe it was the inflection.
Okay, I'm full of bees.
I'm on fire, full of bees.
He doesn't know what flamboyant means, does he?
Shh, just listen. I'm on fire.
Those were my first 10 meetings with Comedy Troupe, was that. Oh boy. Good thing this is live.
It's fine. We have a viewer. Is it one of your viewers, Matt?
I would guess it's probably one of them, but no one's messaged me specifically yet.
It could be someone new.
I'm going to listen to
one.
show 16. I'll probably look into sharing that one and starting to actually share the page around, because if it's as good as you say, which we've definitely
I probably overhyped it.
So. No, whatever. I'm saying it's still process being like, yo, I'm in this thing. Everyone pay attention to us. If it's not quality, then people will quit immediately.
Yeah. That's sort of why I've been waiting. I've been waiting until we really nail this the fuck down, because you only get one shot to grab people into this.
First impression.
Exactly.
I got Tyler. Tyler, bearded Tyler.
Yeah.
I got him hooked when I played him. Which one was the one with the supermoon? With my story about the supermoon.
Oh yeah.
He was vaping. He was inhaling from his vape, and one I forgot which one, but some joke, and the vapor just came out of his nose. He was just like.
Oh yeah, dude, bearded Tyler ran into Keith supposedly the other week.
What?
Yeah, Keith randomly went to this dive ash super rough metal bar. So of course fucking Tyler's there.
Yeah. Wait,
Rochester?
Is Keith in Rochester though?
He was up until recently.
Ah, I thought he was back in Mass.
He's back in Mass now, I guess.
Ah, shit. So, how did it go?
He says he scared the fuck out of Tyler just because Tyler's like, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing here? But that's all I heard.
Great. Yeah, he's in a band now. They put out an album.
Yeah, the Highest Leviathan.
The Highest Leviathan.
I wish I actually knew this guy and was better friends with him.
I always try to get him to come back to meetings. In the last year I was there, he kind of just fell off Comedy Troupe at the end of I think Aught 11. He just fell off and was doing other stuff.
Yeah, I remember 1911.
Yeah,
I remember 1911.
Rough year.
The Great Wall.
Cider.
1911.
Bare knuckle boxing and the Great Wall.
The Great Wall. Yeah, it's my wall.
As
That's his tradition.
Fast talking high pants.
Yes.
Have either of you played the South Park RPG game?
Yes. It is
I played it a few weeks ago. It was amazing. It was
fantastic.
It is just fucking. It was the best game I played.
I just like when you go up. That was Undertale for me, but I just like when you go up into Canada and it also becomes Dragon Quest. It's that makes sense.
Fucking turns 8-bit. It was the best shit ever.
It's straight up into Dragon Quest. It's okay.
And the fucking underpants gnomes.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Balls.
You had to put in a key command to dodge your dad's balls. I mean, come on.
Dude, that was, and then dude, the fucking abortion was just oh my god.
I mean, a game where it nearly ends by you crawling up a guy's butt to turn off a nuclear bomb. Any game is worth it.
Lemmywinks.
It's the South Park game we always should have gotten in the first place when they did all those shitty license games back in the day. Like, this is the game we've been waiting for, and they're making another one.
Well, the thing
Yes!
is, on Steam it was down to $7 the other week, so I was like,
What? Holy shit.
from 30 to 7. And I was like,
What
okay.
the fuck?
Have either one of you played Undertale yet?
No, I
you
heard
You should
all this.
really do that. It takes like one day, like a straight 8-hour day, and just get through it. It's just or 6
What
hour
kind of
day.
game is it?
Huh?
What kind of game is it?
It's like an 8-bit RPG that you can talk your way out of every battle, and that's just where I'm gonna leave it at.
That sounds super legit.
It's honestly it's one of the best games I've played in. I still can't watch the final battle on YouTube without tearing up a little bit. It's so good, and it was made mostly by one guy, almost
Dude.
entirely.
I've been meaning to tell you this. I finally took your suggestion and I played Dark Souls. Fucking Dark Souls 2 specifically.
Okay.
Fuck that game.
Well, 1 is way better, but
Holy shit, dude. So like I loaded
like
up,
it's
right?
difficult.
And I died.
Like Dark Souls, like it's difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dark Souls 2, yeah, it is hard as fuck.
I think I literally-
it's fun.
Well, it's much easier than Dark Souls 1. I think I died like 10 times total my first playthrough of Dark Souls 2.
Wait, for real? That's
Yeah.
insane.
I beat most of the game with a club. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. It is still very difficult. I will not undermine that.
I'm afraid to play it because I
really
get mad at games that handhold you. Like I have holes in my wall back in my childhood home from tantrums I've thrown. I've chewed through shirts playing Street Fighter. I don't trust myself with a
God.
difficult game.
Yeah, dude, no. Like okay, here, so Mike, when you die in Dark Souls for the first time, you unlock an achievement called Welcome to Dark Souls.
Yep. Well, that's Dark Souls 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you probably walked up to that green goblin thing and it probably punched you once, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yep.
One time I bit Jared Clark's head off because he tried to get me to come drink with him when I was playing Mass Effect 2. I was in the last mission and I'm like, I'm beating the Reapers! And he's just like, okay, Mike.
Well, ever since coming home a couple months ago, I finally got a chance to play Bloodborne, and Bloodborne's about probably twice as hard as the first Dark Souls.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm on the New Game Plus now because I beat it so he could like platinum it, so I did like a different achievement, and then the DLC came out, so I'm trying to go through the DLC on New Game Plus, which is 40% harder than the first playthrough. And you know, it's whatever. It's stressful, like more than it should be.
It sounds like we're describing power levels from Dragon Ball Z when we describe game difficulty. Like, I would love there to be a unified scale of game difficulty that, like, you can measure your power level based on the difficult video game you've beaten. Like, Battletoads would be like, 1 million.
I've always said, if anyone can legitimately beat Battletoads for Nintendo in front of me without cheating on a Nintendo controller,
Yes.
I will give them like $100 a month for the rest of my life because
I bet you kill yourself after the first month. Yeah, no, that'd be fucking cool. I'm buying some time for Ed in case he wants to.
Yeah.
I'd rather start the show with Ed than have to like shoehorn his introduction into the show if possible. So he didn't reply when I asked how bit he would be.
Actually, be right back. Gonna grab the blanket for the blanket fort.
Blanket for... Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Blanket for...
I think that when Ed is working on the Show 16 games, and I think that's going to be if those because 1 and 2 like there were a handful of games from the first couple shows that I would love to put up there, but it's like you said, like as far as first impressions go, I want to lead with the best stuff we've got, and I think 16 as of right now is the best games wise. Like 16 is the best period. I think it has every game lands. Like I don't think any of the games were busts. The banter is good. The editing, I made it squeaky clean as much as I could. Leveling on the sound is decent enough. Conan's always quiet no matter how loud I make him. I don't know why. I think he just actively leans away from the microphone as he talks. I think if the 16 ones turn out as good as I think they will when Ed's finished up with them, then I'm gonna throw them on there, and then we have a whole pipeline that will take shape. Once we have shit on YouTube, we can then take the audio from the YouTube bits, put that on SoundCloud, because The shows are way too fucking long to fit on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
SoundCloud because we have quota, but the games we could fit tons, so we can put them on YouTube, then SoundCloud, and then once they're on SoundCloud, I can use the Tumblr because in order to get things to actually be embedded into the Tumblr post and not just a link, you have to do it through SoundCloud. So it's like a three-step. 3 social networks can be enabled once we have those game videos. So it's kind of nuts. Plus, we'll have more shit to tweet and post and whatever about, which will boost the stats of things and, jerk off into a bucket,
We should take one of our games and ask someone to make how people make those animations for Let's Players now. They make a 1.5-minute animation out of something they say, like the game grumps and stuff.
That's the dream. I would love to have somebody who we could just tell them to animate what we're talking about. Even more than the games, the banter. Some of the banter I think would be fan-fucking-tastic animated.
All right, I'm gonna try something.
I have no idea how to go. We'd have to have an animation friend who's very, very bored and unemployed.
Well, I mean, people just love doing that kind of stuff in the free time because it, does build a portfolio if it gets views.
Tell me.
That's true.
All right, does this sound just as good as the blanket for it right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, nice. Apparently all I have to use is a sheet, not a gigantic-ass comforter that crushes my monitor under its ferocious weight. Awesome.
Maybe you shouldn't buy comforters that you would describe with ferocious. maybe comfortable or down or...
Dude, how many thread count?
I ain't made of money, son.
How many thread count does that have? It's got ferocious threads. Ferocious.
Actually, dude, this sheet I'm using, this is some fucking crazy-ass Egyptian cotton bullshit I got for a birthday present. So,
whoa, fuck.
I've heard buying Egyptian cotton is actually super worth it. It's so comfy.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'd notice the difference if I, used a normal sheet. But, I don't know, feels pretty sheet-like.
Okay.
So as a Jew, I'm very concerned buying something that comes out of Egypt, made from a product that's commonly picked by slaves. I raise my eyebrow at the prospect of that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't want to be, reaping the benefits of my chosen people's suffering if that is the case. I don't know much about politics, so I don't know how things work in Egypt. Maybe they don't do that anymore. I don't know.
I don't know much about politics.
I do know.
Alex, I like to imagine that with your ferocious comforter, if you go to hide underneath it, the Thundercats theme song starts playing somewhere quietly. Thunder, 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 Thundercat.
What's in a Thundercat?
I thunder, what's in your thunderballs?
Thunder.
Ugh.
Thunder is in my Thunderballs.
Anyway, guys, this is my shameless plug. You should just play Dark Souls 1. I'm telling you, it's a really fair difficulty. You just get used to it, and it's a good game. Alright, there's the end of that plug. I've been plugging that for years. You know how many people listen to me? Almost no one.
You know how most...
I half listen to you.
Thank you.
I kind of key in and out to words. But you know how most houses have a growth chart with height marks on a wall or something?
Yeah.
I have fist imprints in the sheetrock from when I was a kid. From playing Donkey Kong 64 because fuck the barrel blast games, the little mini games. Sucked. Fuck them.
I remember that little... I tried the Atari game you unlock, or whatever, the arcade game you unlock.
Chimp pack or whatever it is.
Yeah. The thing is, I actually never beat that game because I played it for so long and couldn't... I must have played that game for 100 hours and I never found the ending. It just kept going on.
I played that game for... over the course of 10 years when I got it. It took me 10 years off and on. I would basically play during snow days and then once in a while when I picked it up. And then I finally beat it and I got 101 golden bananas. All of them. I got the secret ending that was it was secret, but it was good.
This is cool.
It was a cool ending. It was kind of funny. And then the next fall, most of my N64 games just got stolen by my roommate who was addicted to Molly. He sold them for drugs.
Oh, man.
I don't think he understood that, with N64 games, it's not just the fucking game. There's no memory cards. The cartridge has the shit in it. You weren't just selling a game. You were selling 10 years of my childhood, you fuck.
Wait, I thought they were on the little packs you put in the controllers.
Well, you could, but most games, by default...
Oh, really? They saved in the cart. Okay.
Yeah. That was like one of the supposed advantages of the N64 is that you didn't have to buy memory cards.
I remember one of the sadder moments of my childhood was realizing that, I mean, I still think Super Nintendo is the best system ever made. I'm not like a purist or anything. I just, when you think of RPG games, that's where they got launched. You know, it's like, and I mean, so I had a lot of games like Secret of Evermore, which I still think is one of the best games ever made. It was the day I realized that the batteries in carts actually run out, and all of a sudden I would turn on my games, and all my saves would be gone from my childhood. And I'm like, ooh, man. Like, on actual carts of Super Nintendo, I was like, man, I put, like, hours, like, tens of hours into those RPG games, hundreds of hours, and they're just gone. And then I found emulators, and I was like, yeah, all right. I'm not that much of a purist.
You just got to keep in mind when you talk about Super Nintendo, you got to remember, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, Genesis with its 8 good games. Sorry, that was a little harsh.
It had 8 good games and 2 good peripherals.
I mean, Genesis had a couple. There was one. There was a game called Crusaders of Senti, I believe it was called, which I don't think anyone played, but it's actually a very fun kind of Zelda clone.
There's also the Fantasy Star games.
Yeah, yeah.
And what else? There's a couple of.
There was like there was
Shining Force.
Beyond Oasis, I think.
Yeah, Beyond Oasis. The Shining Force games.
Shining Force games were great. Very difficult, I realize now replaying them. I was like, I don't know how I played them with my dad as a kid. Like, he would play them and I would watch. And I'm like, wow, these games are actually really very difficult to do right.
There's a couple of good RPGs on the Genesis.
No. I don't hate the Genesis at all. Super Nintendo just kind of wiped the plate with that generation.
I don't know, man. Well, at the end, it definitely did. It outlasted the Genesis.
Yeah, that means also the sound quality, just whatever they did in the Genesis sound is just so unfortunate.
Yeah, no, the Genesis does.
Hey, man, Sonic music was the shit, though.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying just like
that's Sega's hallmark. It's like they can do things with their own hardware that no one else could. Like same thing with the Saturn. Like, you can make any system is capable of doing awesome things in the right hands. It's just a matter of putting like the dev kit, putting the right dev kits together, and letting smart people touch your machine.
Looking back at it now, like knowing a little bit about design and stuff, I think it's crazy because all these AAA titles come out, and like that's fine. But the thing is, I actually think that it's getting a little lazy because they can kind of just keep pumping stuff in, regardless whether the game is good or not. Whereas back when like Mario was made, the reason like some of his outfit is the same color is because they ran out of literal pixels to make other enemies, and so they would, they would sit there and like find ways to like get 8 more pixels back so they could finish up a new enemy.
It's funny. That's kind of where mobile gaming is now, except the gameplay hasn't caught up to the it's restricted in the sense that it needs to be smaller and the bandwidth and all that fun shit. But like, there's no audience for core gamers there. It's the only people that are incentivized to make games for mobile devices are people courting casual gamers, and they're the most fickle fucking market in video game history. They suck. I hate them. Like, cause they don't.
Candy Crush Saga was making how much each day in its prime? Like 7 million or 17 million or something
right,
like that.
But the thing is, they made like 4 other games, and no one gave a shit because there's no such thing as brand loyalty for casual gamers. They don't care. They'll go on to the next craze. They're fickle as fuck. They're worse than kids. Like kids used to be the hardest fucking demographic to nail down because you could never predict what they were gonna want. Now compared to casual gamers, kids are easy. Like, casual games are just like, oh yeah, we want Candy Crush, now I want Words with Friends, now I want Facebook, now I don't like Facebook, now my kids like Facebook, now my kids hate Facebook because I like Facebook. Fucking make up your minds, idiots.
Now I hate my kids.
Now I hate my kids because they like Facebook.
Now I drink.
Now I drink because now I drink because I hate my.
Now my kids drink because I drink.
Now my kids hate me because I drink.
Now my drink hates me.
Now my drink hates me because I kid. Where the fuck?
In the wheel of cancer.
Come on, Ed.
I mean, we could just shoehorn them in at this point. It's just.
Yeah, I think we should.
Wah, wah.
Okay. It's not a bad thing. Just.
We have a good 30 minutes of fucking banter now.
Yeah.
That I can just splice in through.
I do want to say though, we should definitely lean on like keeping the shit like 45 minutes or under.
Yeah, no, we've been doing a decent job of that so far. Like this is an exception because we've been dragging our asses waiting for Ed to get here. But
yeah,
we've been pretty as far as the final shows have always been for the last couple weeks have been hovering around an hour. And content-wise, like, we've been getting better about, like, not going overboard, not taking too long. It's getting there. She's getting there. I'm getting there.
She's getting there.
Did you see? I found the original, like the quote unquote, like the unfinished version that had a lot of extra footage that I couldn't caption in time, so I cut it.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking. Oh, I forgot that was there. It's like discovering a movie in the Disney vault. Like finding
Why are they
Song of
all
the South.
Nazis?
Yeah, finding Song of the South with extra Nazi passages in it.
So there's a town nearby. Okay, not near. It's like a half hour away from us. Basically, they have a movie theater there. It's called Wolcott Theater. And the thing is, this theater plays movies only on weekends and only ever plays one movie. And it's usually a couple weeks behind when it's actually released. So like 3 weeks from now, they'll actually play Star Wars in this theater. But it's $5 per person, and it's very cheap to buy popcorn and soda. So it's like it's great to take your family. So whatever. So I went to go see the Peanuts movie because I was like, I got nothing to do on Saturday night. I'll go with my family and go see the Peanuts movie. And like, okay, it's the Peanuts. They literally ran through all 50 years of comics in 1 hour-and-a-half movie because that's how much content was actually ever in the Peanuts. But looking at it from like, again, just like a 3D animation stand, like they actually had like animation principles where it was like there was actual exaggeration and there was like little asides with Snoopy and Woodstock. I don't know, it was interesting because they had tried to animate it like the 2D Peanuts but in a 3D world. And yeah, I don't know.
I've heard good things. I feel like when it shows up on Netflix, I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah, no, again, it's just a kids movie. There's nothing like woo, other than the fact that it was just really fun to watch from just they actually tried something here.
Yeah.
Versus
Like,
just make it as realistic as possible and shoot it out there and.
That was what I was hoping the best case scenario would be for the Lego movie before I saw it. I was like, maybe it'll be something cool that they tried. I had no idea how fucking amazing that movie was going to be. No one did. The fact that it didn't get nominated for an Oscar is a fucking travesty.
Well, that's because the Oscars are
A joke.
ceremony. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
joke.
whatever. It's just Disney will win. That's just it ends there.
Not even that, just the fact that there's sheer ignorance as far as animation from the voters.
Yeah.
They vote for Disney because they know the name Disney. And that's,
Yeah, no, a few of my professors were Oscar voters.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, so they got screeners and stuff, and it was pretty cool. No, they were just like, yeah, it's complete BS because the reason like 12 Years a Slave win is not because everyone saw it, it's because everyone heard it was amazing who was voting for it and was like, yeah, okay, like it's a good subject, it's amazing, like I'll put my check mark there even though I didn't see any of these Best Picture nominations. So it's literally a popularity contest. So everyone's gonna freak out when Star Wars wins something, but really it's just like it was destined to. Like it's nothing to like. It didn't really earn it. It had the name. It's like Legend of Zelda at this point.
Is that so? It's a sacred cow, basically. Is that how it always was? Like I feel like it
I'm not
can't
sure.
because there's so much gravitas attached to it. That doesn't come out of nowhere. Like that has to be earned at some point in its history. At some point, it had to have stood for some form of integrity as far as like I don't know, meaning something. Maybe it doesn't anymore, but I'd be curious for like some Oscar voters to come out of the shadows and just like tell the stories of how the Oscars got to be such a joke.
Yeah.
When? Because I don't know when it was. I don't know when that happened. Maybe it was when Marissa Tomei won a fucking Oscar. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, like, being friends with like tons of film students, just like that season rolls around, and I basically shut off Facebook because I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Look at it this way though. You could be the games industry, which has. Well, okay, we've gotten better. We've had Jeff Keighley has his own award show that's aiming to be the Oscars, but up until now, the award shows have been an egregious orgy of product placement, and it's disgusting. It was disgusting to watch the shit that was on like Spike TV. Like, it was disgusting. Like, it was a spit in the face to everybody actually involved in making the games, except for the fucking publishers who make money off of product placement. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Now the Game Awards actually have some credibility.
Merit.
They're actually they're trying to like shed some light on the people making the fucking games, aside whose names aren't Cliffy B or fucking Tim Schafer. Like aside from 3 people that everyone knows, no one knows who the fuck makes your games, and that's shitty.
It makes my heart a flutter that like both the video game and the film industry right now are going through the same thing where basically people are once again, because there's like this whatever for games it was like a 10-year dark period, for movies it was like a 30 or 40 year where it just became branding, right? So it's like, okay, obviously Star Wars is gonna make this much money this weekend because it has the branding behind it, and like it was made by a big studio and all this stuff. But right now, both games and movies are going through this whole independent period where it's like it's being proven that the best stuff coming out is because people very much care about content and are doing the best they can with what they have versus, having everything at their disposal and just chucking out whatever garbage because people will buy it.
And you're getting counterexamples of giant Hollywood movies and giant AAA games that are fucking awful.
Yeah.
And on paper, like Battleship. What the fuck?
That was fucking hilarious, by the way.
What was that game? Like
Fucking
Order
Battleship.
1886 or something?
Yeah.
I never played it, but it was like apparently like 6 hours long. Like,
Or just like not this year's Assassin's Creed, because supposedly they fixed it, but last year's Assassin's Creed, which was fucking broken. Just broken.
I just think
Battlefront or Battlefield.
it's I just think
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
We should do comedy.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it, Ed. Ed,
All
you're
right.
out of time. All right. I'm gonna do my own intro. We'll just jump right into games, and if Ed shows up, we'll shoehorn him in.
Shoehorn.
Whoop whoop.
Hey, this is Chimp Knuckles, show 20. This is 2 decades worth of comedy going on here. It's 20 years. Happy 20. Happy 20th.
Happy 20.
Happy 20. 21.
Blaze it. Happy 20. Blaze it.
Get ready for 20. Ha! Anyway.
Uh,
Womp womp. I am Mike Devine. I'm your host, and this is a weekly-ish comedy podcast. We are coming to you live over the internet via Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts, it is Skype, but less shittier, if you can find it. Google Hangouts has a neat little feature where we are streaming this on the internet through YouTube. So if you're a member of our I say studio audience, but I mean people in their underwear on their couches, you can you can participate, you can submit. We'll ask you for some questions, and you can give us some suggestions, and we'll use them in the game. And we've also got one of the neat little features of Google Hangouts here. We've also got that Skype does not have, and we got some things. We got sound effects. We got a little soundboard here, so you might hear throughout the show a couple sound effects, like one of these guys, one of those maybe, one of that. You may also hear this sound. You may not also hear this sound. You may smell this sound. You may taste this sound.
Are you new choicing yourself here?
I am. What the hell's wrong with me?
Can't you choose yourself? Trying to make it a thing, Mike. It's not gonna be a thing.
I don't know why I was new choice myself. That's just ugh. I think I need to retire. I think I need to resign. I think I need to eat some cake. I think I need to shit some cake out.
Yo, I don't think.
I'll end on that one. Golden.
Yo, you gotta give me permission, dude, to use the sound effects.
I do.
I
No, I
think
don't have
so.
to. No, Matt's got it. I don't think I've ever had to.
Click on the
before.
little wand, the Google effects.
Oh, wait,
yeah, you might have to
I
install the
think I
application.
Got it now. Hold
Yeah.
on. Sounds. What the? Sounds. All right.
Did you find them? I'm
Where'd they
surprised.
Your sounds or Ben's sounds?
Ben
Another
sounds.
sound. He don't know.
He's got my sounds. He doesn't know it. So that sound was the sound that we call New Choice. That is a little metagame that we play on this show here. Anytime you hear somebody make that sound, they will have to repeat the thing.
Things that make.
That was me hiccuping and trying not to have it show up on the audio. See, I leave those in because for the last couple of weeks I've been doing a thing where I pick out weird sounds we make during the course of a show and I throw it at the end of the show after the music fades out as like a little Easter egg. So if you listen to the new one, Industrial Strength Dreidels, you'll hear that. You'll hear me going like, yeah, and it's like it's there in the audio. It's like I didn't take it out of the audio. It's also in the actual show. It's just like it gets glossed over because I'm in the middle of a sentence or something. But out of context, it's just me going, and that's it.
One more time.
Hilarious.
It's like something like that. I don't know what exactly the sound was, but
My oh my.
Okay, so that is New Choice. You will hear the new choice of sound from that person. So we've got our we know how the game works here, how the games go. Let's go ahead and meet the players. We're going to introduce our players. We've got Alex Cantor is a retired suit salesman from Suitsville, Oklahoma. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm pretty good. Little known fact, I also transform into an Aston Martin on command.
Okay. That is a very little known fact. And then we've got Matt Leese, a.k.a. the suit salesman. He likes to buy suits from other suit salesmen as a hobby. Matt, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I actually grew up in Tucksville, Wisconsin, and which my family all thinks that I am a huge trader at this point. But no, Alex took me under his wing after a couple of years of training, and it's been really good. I make a lot of good money off of comp and stuff like that, and it's been good. It's been real good.
All right, great. Well, we've met the players, and by the way, Alex, that was taken from a suggestion from Conan to gamify the Meet the Players segment by turning it into like a game show introduction segment.
It wasn't a game. I do actually transform into an Aston Martin. It was a lot of surgery.
No, I figured that little tidbit might come in handy.
Yeah.
I just transformed to Sean Astin, so no, whatever.
I guess if Ed shows up, we'll just shoehorn in another introduction of Ed. I'll just throw a third Meet the Player in there. Fuck it.
Just use like the Microsoft Sam voice or some shit. Like, and then we have Ed. Hello, nice to be here.
I'll just splice in his voice from other shows and construct a sentence.
Like the South Park episode where the last episode was Chef.
I want to make love to the children.
R.I.P. Isaac Hayes.
Okay. So let's go ahead. We're gonna jump into our first game because there's only the two of you guys. I'd like to do expert challenge if and when Ed shows, but until then we'll do try that on for size. We're gonna do our first game. Our first game is a game we like to call Try That On for Size.
Oh yeah!
So fun!
Dude, that is literally the funnest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Ha! So, Try That On for Size is a game for Matt and Alex. What we're going to do is we're going to give one of them a action, and then the first person is going to make the sound of that action. The second person is then going to take that sound, turn it into a different action, and then throw it right back at them. And they're going to volley back and forth until one of them fucks it up. They're going to drop it, or they're going to make the same sound twice, or they're just going to be like, I don't know, fuck it. And then they will lose, and then you will hear this sound. That is the sound of someone losing. So, that is the sound of loss.
That's like the sound of like the upper class getting richer while like the 99% gets slowly fucked over.
Yes, every time you hear that sound, a tax credit for the poor is removed from the roster. Because I'm the tax man. So, let's start with Alex. Alex, your action... What? Hey. Alex, your first action is going to be swinging a sword.
Swinging a sword. Try that on for size.
I'm a character in a Greaser movie, and I'm brushing back my hair. Try that on for size.
Shooting a blow dart. Try that on for size.
Blowing out all 100 candles on my 100th birthday. Try that on for size.
Oh man, what a nice and healthy run. I'm gonna go eat some kale. Try that on for size.
I cannot believe you just said that. Try that on for size.
Fuck you. Try that for size.
Nope. I almost dinged you for kale, for the use of kale.
You could have whipped.
I'm in Seattle. It's a disability. I can't help it.
Alex, I'm whipping up my middle finger at you, so fuck you. Try that on for size. That would have worked.
The dreaded twofer.
All right, so Matt, your action is using a computer mouse.
I'm using a computer mouse. Try that on for size.
Shh. I'm using a typewriter. Try that on for size.
No. You changed the sound.
What? Wait, what? No, I didn't. I tried to make his sound. I just sucked at it. That totally worked for the original sound. I call a vote of shenanigans. Try it on for size.
Overruled.
Sit down.
I am sitting.
You want me to try a different one then?
No. Everything that just happened is canon. We're moving on.
Canon.
It happened.
No, I'm totally a Sith Lord now, guys. It's in the movie.
Me's a Sith Lord. No. I have not seen the movie yet. If you spoil
Same.
anything, I will immediately
Same,
stop
you
the
know it.
broadcast.
Alex, I don't care if you spoil anything. It's Space Movie 7. Let's go.
Space Movie 7! Okay,
With
so,
hands and Chubby.
Alex, your action is piloting a TIE fighter.
Piloting a TIE fighter, trying to precise.
I'm turning on my electric razor to shave my beard. Try that on for size.
I'm the special duck, try that on precise.
I don't really want to go to that. Try that on for size.
What? No. No,
Oh,
no.
come on.
That's so generic. No.
I was just okay. Fair
Okay, last one. Matt, your action is turning on a lightsaber.
I'm turning on a lightsaber. Try that on for size.
I'm trying to play a kazoo, trying on precise.
My 1-year-old's trying to finally make noises. Try that on for size.
Fuck, that was what I was gonna think of, and I had nothing else, trying on precise.
Was that any structure in that sentence? Wasn't
No!
there any?
Fuck that! I was having say town now.
You sound like you're like on your way to become like a journeyman auctioneer, but like you just started. But
I'm an auctioneer having a stroke, trying on precise.
Do I hear try and emphasize for 1, try and emphasize for 2, try and emphasize for 3, souls of the try and emphasize down right there.
That's the time. Oh.
Souls of the
Good
battle.
timing with the drums there.
All right.
Classic.
Ha. Okay, I want to jump onto a game that we reinvented last week. We and by last week I mean in the 3-week gap between this show coming out and the show before it. We reinvigorated this show by adding a little twist to it. So we're gonna do it again. There's a game called It'd Be Funnier If. And the way that this game is played is we're going to have 2 of our players conducting a scene, Alex and Matt, and then in the middle of that scene, I'm going to be serving as a let's call him a arbiter of constructive criticism. I'm going to choose when to stop the scene and tell them it would be funnier if, and then give them some helpful advice. And to help me give that advice, I'm going to turn to a random noun generator website we have here. So, for an example, let's say we have a scene going and I stop it and I go, it'd be funnier if Alex's arms were full of, and then I click generate. Balls! They're full of balls! And then that
From that point on, my arms are and have always been full of balls.
They've always been full of balls.
And will always be.
And
Unless
always
I choose to drop the balls, in which case that's just not cool.
Alright, so Matt, you don't have a direct line of communication to any of our one viewer, right? Or do you know?
I do.
Oh, okay. So let's ask our studio audience, all of them, for a suggestion for our scene. I want to hear a suggestion for things you don't want to take a picture of.
Give me a second.
Something you do not want to take a picture
Mike just really wants to see a scene about dick pics.
Dick pics. But dick
I
pics
would not
aren't
take a
inherently
picture
things-
of a dick pic.
That's redundant. You got to
Surprise. Most
gotta-
people, I mean, you're like, okay, if you're like a significant other, then you probably wouldn't mind the occasional, nudie.
or just taking a picture of a pic. It's like a dick pic infinity shot or something like.
What about a dick pic? A little tiny deer.
A dick pic.
What if you did a Google Dream of dick pic?
Oh, jeez. I still haven't tried Google Dream. Okay, I got our first suggestion in.
Alright.
I'm gonna wait for. We have hairballs, the ground.
Hey,
I mean, I like the ground.
Let's go with the ground.
Okay.
The ground is your suggestion for this scene.
Wait a second. Okay, great.
All right, woo!
The ground.
I can't wait.
The ground.
The ground. All right, players. This is the game of It'd Be Funnier If. Your suggestion is the ground. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Begin.
Private, hit the deck.
Ah! All right, what are we doing, Sarge?
I always forget that you scream in a really delayed sense. It's always throwing me off on the battlefield. Listen, Private, you can't just be standing up. There are bullets flying everywhere. everywhere.
Well, then what do you want me to do?
Private, we trained.
It'd be funnier if the battlefield were full of Edwards.
All right, there. You know how Private Ed didn't show up to our secret meeting of 4 people?
Yeah.
Just Ed did. Okay. Well, the battlefield is full of clones of them. Do you see
Full
that?
of clones!
For a while I thought that maybe we were worried about, the enemy, but it turns out the enemy was in our group. It was almost ourselves in a metaphorical kind of sense. And that's what we need to face right now. But if you're just going to stand
enemies
up...
ourselves, then they can't be clones of Ed. If they're clones of Ed, that means that we are Ed. And therefore, what are we doing?
Oh, boy.
It'd be funnier if their guns shot out Desire.
Boy.
Oh, God, sorry,
do-
stop. I've always wanted to go and start my own acting career. What better place than on this battlefield?
Private, put down that gun. Take that gun away from your head. Take that gun away from your head. You're about to disappoint your parents. Take it away from your head. Right now.
No, I could never.
Boy,
Don't
I will
worry.
put us in a Mexican standoff right now. Don't you try me.
It'd be funnier if Matt's gun smelled like arguments.
I knew it! You've been at the argument clinic again! You're just trying to block my dreams! What are you doing with that on your gun? Are you working for the Eds?
Listen, boy, I wish I was lucky. I wish I could put my gun to my head and I could, have some sort of dream of wishy-washy what I wanted to do in the future. But no, I put my gun to head. You know what I'm reminded of? Every day when you stood up to me in practice. You stood up to me at boot camp. You were a real person. You were a real friend to me.
Yeah, and look what happened.
It'd be funnier if they suddenly came under attack from snakes.
Oh, God, watch out! There's a big one near 4 o'clock! And your 5 o'clock! And your 6 o'clock! Oh, shit, we're surrounded by snakes!
Boy, it's faster to just say that we're surrounded by snakes!
We're surrounded by snakes!
I don't know where that game went, but I want to be there.
Good.
This is like a challenge, this game.
Oh, boy.
It's like, can you make a scene from this thing?
I like that, we had 3, ideological, physical things. Like, my gun couldn't shoot out, strippers. No, it had to shoot out
No, it had to be... Yeah, it had to be the metaphysical existence of existentialism.
Onomatopoeia! Oh my God.
Flamboyance.
Did it really just come up with Edwards?
Well, it came out with, to be fair, it came out with Edward, and I pluralized it because you can't just got one Edward. Otherwise, that'd be silly.
The guns are all no, dude. It would be like that boss in Mega Man 2. You know the thing that shoots itself across the screen in pieces.
Oh, that's in every Mega Man game. God.
I got
hit with Edward.
I fucking hate those bosses.
Oh
they
my
suck.
God, they're hard.
Fucking yellow dragon gel monster fucker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
he's
it's called,
Mega Man
it's,
Smash
it's Yellow Fiend, right? Is this Yellow Fiend?
I don't know what it's called. I just know it sucks.
Yellow Devil?
I think it might be Yellow Devil.
Yellow Devil.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, it totally is. It's Yellow Devil.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
You can only shoot it once when it finally. Oh.
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on to another game that we can do with 3 people. A newly liberated game that we can do with 3 people. We're gonna do a game called Documentary.
Oh gosh.
Does anyone want to lead it, or do you want me to lead it? Any preferences? Because I've led all the things so far.
Mike, why don't you lead it? That'll give you a chance to actually do some improv, and we'll just
Yeah, right.
We'll do some sounds.
Okay.
You want me to get the game going though, or do you want to do it yourself?
Well, no. If I'm gonna lead it, I'll intro.
Okay, cool. Let's want to check.
Okay. Whoa. Documentary is a game for our players Matt and I almost said Ed. Another Ed. We missed an Ed. For our players Matt and Alex. The way it works is we're going to have our 2 players act out as a certain animal. We're going to get a suggestion from our audience as to which animal, and our host is going to be taking us through the world of that animal as a documentarian studying that animal. And he's going to give us a play-by-play of the interactions of these said animal. So let's get a suggestion for an animal from our no viewers. One viewer.
No, I'm working on it. I'm way ahead of you.
We're gonna get a suggestion from our animals.
I hope just once somebody says like party animal. That's my dream for this game.
Woo! Yeah.
Jersey car alarms just constantly going off.
I love how the Jersey Shore
Okay.
isn't relevant anymore. It's amazing.
We got camel, giraffe, Tasmanian devil, moose.
Tasmanian devil.
Oh
What's gonna
God.
happen?
Okay.
Man, I wonder what it's gonna sound like.
Not like Disney or not. Jeez. Not like God, Warner Brothers. Is it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to screw that up again. Gugh.
All right. So we're gonna have a game of documentary. The suggestion for the animal is Tasmanian devil. So, players of the game of documentary, your Tasmanian devils. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Begin. So, welcome to Nigel Cromley's wild world of animals and animal-flavored things. Today we are visiting the wilds of Tasman, Princess Tasman. We're here. We're gonna go through the wild Tasmanian outback because we've already encountered the Tasmanian angel, and they were just a huge disappointment. But we're looking for the counterpart, the Tasmanian devil. And if we look carefully through the bush here, I think we can see one of them now. Yeah, he's chewing on a sofa. Sofas are indigenous creatures of this part. Oh, there's another one. He just jumped out of nowhere. And he's sniffing each other's asses. Yeah. They're trying to. They're haggling over the sofa. It looks like they're haggling over who gets to eat the sofa. The first Tasmanian devil is down to $2.50 per inch, and the first one, no, he doesn't like that at all. No, that's a terrible deal. $3.50. And the second one begrudgingly accepts, and now they are splitting the sofa. It looks like they're splitting it. Yeah. Wow, what a majestic transaction that was. Oh, it appears that the first devil's trying to take more than his share of the sofa. Oh, the second one's just caught on. He's yelling at him. He's not having any of it. Oh no. Wow, he's just let loose a spray of piss all over the first Tasmanian devil's. Little known fact, when Tasmanian devils piss, they shriek. They're the only known animal that does this. They're both just kind of pissing on each other right now. It's a race to see whose bladder is the largest. Oh, and one has choked on the other one's piss, and he has lost this battle. And he is skulking away, leaving the first Tasmanian devil to enjoy his sofa meal. Wrong noise. Well, that was a scene.
Sure what was.
I didn't want to do the actual, just like, Warner Brothers Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, I know.
sound.
So at very first, what I was gonna try to do is just be like an actual devil. But then Mike was like, no, fuck, can't do that.
Just like Don the voice from like the devil robot from Futurama and just
Yes, just Hank Azaria all the time.
just Hank Azaria.
Or Harry Shearer. Whoever the fuck.
I don't remember.
You're here in Robot Hell! Yeah. I love the last episode before they were canceled the first time when it's just when the Fry gets the devil's hands.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
yeah,
can I have my hands back now? No. You're not nice!
That is the only show that could successfully do the most difficult thing and end on a good note 5 different times.
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Documentary is kind of like a strange game. It's like
it's hard.
It's hard
Yeah.
because it all lies on the person speaking, right? Because
Yep.
we can sit here and try and make different noises than we do, but it's it's like I don't know.
It's hard.
It's good.
Whoa, what
it's
the
fun
fuck?
to play. Usually ends
Oh
good.
god,
It's just,
my screen just went black.
hard. We can still hear you, Alex. So
Okay,
keep going.
now it's not black.
You trying to say that black is worse than not black?
In terms of screens, yes.
In terms of screams.
Okay, let's moving right along, chugging right along. We're gonna jump into our next game. Penis? What?
Venus. It's with a B. Fucking savage.
What is Venus?
What the heck?
What does Venus mean? Is that like going ham? I don't know slang words.
I don't know. I was hoping no one would ask, so I'd look like I was in the know.
See, that's why on fleek is a word. No one ever asks.
God.
No one knows what on fleek means. It's never been. It doesn't have a meaning. Just no one asked the question of what does it mean. No one wanted to seem uncool.
Yup.
That's why on fleek is a thing.
On fleek.
In theory, someone could take advantage of that system and introduce a word into our lexicon that means something horrible in another language and get everyone to say it without knowing how horrible it is. Like, it's a very real vulnerability of the English language right now, where someone could just go on the internet, make a viral video using a word that's horrible, but no one knows it's horrible.
Oh my god, like Frindle.
Frindle?
Does anyone remember that book?
Yep.
Man, that book was. Looking back, isn't that book? Is that dumb? Is it dumb?
Fuck Frindle.
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna start I'm gonna call Trump and suggest a new campaign slogan.
Change.org.
Fuck Frindle.
Fuck Frindle. Okay, so Frindling right along, we're gonna jump along into our next game, a game called Interrogation.
Oh God, please no. Fucking hate this game.
Well, Alex, do you want to do guessing then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Definitely, no, Alex, this is coming out really good. We want to show that we're as willing as possible to do whatever, that we're good improvers. So please keep cussing about the game.
No. Okay, see,
Okay.
I don't agree with that aspect of improv, right? I know
Oh,
what
no.
my strengths and weaknesses are, right?
Yeah.
I know interrogation is a weakness. It is not going to be funny, even if I try to do it.
Well, you're doing it.
Do you want to guess then? Funny man. You want to guess there? Funny man.
Tell us a joke, funny guy. No, I can do whatever. I'm just being a dickhead.
No,
Let's do it.
I'm kidding.
All right, so Alex will be our guesser. So, the way interrogation works is we are going to bring in our robber. One of our players has committed a crime. He committed a crime with someone at a place, and we don't even know what the crime was yet. I explained that backwards, didn't I?
Yes.
They committed a crime with somebody at a place.
Yeah.
And the problem is the player doesn't know what the crime was, who they were with, or where they were. Fuck.
Oh my God, Mike.
like
Oh
6
my
of
God. We're gonna try. Keep going.
Listen, it'll come out fine when I edit it. It'll sound like I got it. I nailed it the first time.
Man.
Bring out that old cunty chestnut.
No. No. No.
Okay. So Alex is going to leave the room. He's going to mute himself so we can get our suggestions for.
Headphones are off.
Okay, we'll message you.
We can get our suggestion for the person he was with, the place they were at, and the crime that he did. And then we're going to bring Alex back once we get those suggestions from the audience. And he is going to have 3 minutes to, based on our clues as detectives, we're going to subtly suggest to him the answers to those questions, and he's going to try to confess for us. So first, I need a suggestion for a person they were with, that Alex was with, a place they were at, and a crime they did.
I am working on it right now.
Okay.
And the crime is not really a crime, right? That's usually a...
The crime is typically something like doing laundry.
Yeah.
It is more along the lines of mundane legal activities.
Ooh, the worst crimes.
The most heinous of crimes.
Oh! Okay, we got Puss in Boots, Pinocchio, and Taylor Swift. I kind of like Pinocchio.
Yeah, I think Pinocchio.
Okay. Okay, so we got, it's just a slow process. One day this will be a faster process. How you doing there, Mike? You doing okay?
All I'm doing.
That having a good week. We got mall, wall of China, janitor closet.
Let's do mall.
For
Mall.
the mall.
Mall. Mall.
And then a crime that wasn't really a crime.
What do you got?
Woo! There's a Fairly Odd Parents episode where they try and get the town's horrible basketball team to be better. And at one point, as they start getting better, they go, "What's that noise?" And they have a single fan in their audience. And I'm a wave of one. And okay, crime: picking pumpkins, stringing Christmas lights, knitting. I like stringing Christmas lights.
Yeah,
Christmas lights. All right. Give me a second. Let me just
What was the person again?
Pinocchio.
Okay, so we have our suggestions. Our suggestions are Pinocchio is the person.
Yep.
They were in the mall.
Yep.
At the mall, and they were stringing Christmas lights together.
Oh man, they were putting them up. All right, let's
put them real up. All right, let's ping.
Come back. Oh, he's messaging. He said no. All right, our player. Okay, it's down to Mike and I. Okay,
all right.
Mike.
It's a head-to-head showdown.
Back. Oh man.
He's back.
Nuts.
All right.
Nuts.
I bet I got you good.
Oh boy. Folks, he said he wasn't gonna come back, and then he just came back.
Yay. Okay.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Let's go. We've got our suggestions. So players, this is the game of interrogation. 3 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
Yeah,
buddy.
All right. Get in here.
Get in here right now, buddy. Get in here.
Sit in that chair.
You gonna take a seat, buddy? You gonna take a seat, huh? Huh? You gonna do that?
You gonna respond to us? What are you, some kind of deaf kid?
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah.
So he's gonna act like he's not paying attention to us.
Fuck. Where am I?
You're gonna act the fool.
Well, right now you're about to sit in a chair, huh? You gonna do that for us?
You can't.
Yeah, sure. I'm sitting. What do you want, officers? I didn't do shit. Okay, just what do you
Listen,
want?
you can pretend that you don't know what's going on here, but we know you're a real boy. We know you gotta answer these questions.
We am a boys. I got a penis and everything. You want to see it?
No, I don't want to see your wood. I've already seen your wood. It's right on your face.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, for your buddy, it'd be best if you stopped lying, because it's only gonna get him in more and more trouble. If you know what I'm saying.
It sounds like one of those zero-sum game problems. I didn't do shit.
I mean, listen. You can keep talking all you want, but the glass in front of you, that's gonna shatter if it gets any longer than that. I mean, come on.
Stay quiet. You'll start hearing crickets. You know what we don't want to hear? Crickets. None of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. Crickets suck. I would never try to shatter any glass with cricket screeches, dude. That's messed up.
Well, I would think not, because your crickets, all they do is fucking sing.
Also,
dude, I was not hanging. Dude, I wouldn't be caught dead with Jiminy Cricket. It's messed up.
Ooh, no, that's not with the cricket. Are you kidding me? But the cricket is fine. The cricket's been in jail for years.
Oh, really?
It's his buddy we've been after.
Oh, God.
Thinks he saw that. Thinks he's real.
Whale. What are you gonna do?
He's just, all he does is keep it real all the time. Way too real, if you ask me.
You know, I really expected.
You guys are confusing me even more.
Your partner showed extreme growth. Extreme growth, right?
One particular area of his face.
He was willing to move on.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was hanging out with the partner of a cricket. You make no sense, officers.
I mean, listen, some people's dad, I don't know, maybe you had a rotten childhood. Some people's dads, some people, they're cobblers. Some people's dads make them out of wood. Some people's dads are bakers. Dude,
I was not hanging out with fucking Pinocchio.
Yeah.
What does that would have to do with a cricket?
I knew it.
Are you kidding me? Anyway,
I knew it. All right, calm down, man. Calm down. We'll get him later in confession.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. So yeah, you were with Pinocchio. All right, that was a given.
Oh, that's right. Hit me, officer. You know you wanna. Go for it.
So it's where you're at. It's almost a little complex. There's so many options.
I mean, you can never just have one.
I love choices. We're in America, officer. I would never hurt America.
That you do.
It's a one-stop shop, if you will. I mean, you're going to court after this, but it's only a question of what type of court. It could be a court of law. It could be a court of food. It could be any kind of court. It's up to you. Balls in your court.
You know, you think you can just walk through life just free sampling everything. That's just not going to work. It might work here, but that can't work everywhere.
It's only going to work in a maximum of one place out of all these places.
I was not a singleton pattern.
I should hope not, because that wouldn't fly in this location where you were at with Pinocchio. In fact, nothing's going to fly there. It's enclosed. Except maybe those little like RC planes they got from the little things, but I mean you wouldn't know anything about that.
No, you're right. I had no idea.
Listen, it's about 7 p.m. It's about time for us and the other 90 people to close down shop, you know?
Every single
90 people. What the hell?
Everywhere in every shop in this location here.
Closing down. It's 7 p.m. Sometimes 9 p.m. on the weekends.
Penn Station.
No, you are not, because there's no transportation here. This is one-stop shopping, fool.
Oh, my God.
One-stop shopping?
One-stop shopping for all your needs.
I'm not in the Legend of Zelda NPC shop.
Of course not, because they wouldn't sell that shit there except maybe in Hot Topic. That's the one place in this vast region that they might have that type of item.
I'm not in the Mall of America either.
Yeah, okay, all right. Close enough. Close enough.
I knew you were in the fucking mall. You would admit.
The mall with Pinocchio. What's Pinocchio doing in a mall? Huh? Visiting a woodworker?
I mean, what's he doing in the mall? He can do what he wants. Free goddamn country.
He already got it for snorting wood resin. I don't know what else you want. All right, but it's what you were doing that was really disturbing. What you were doing is just so sick.
No, it wasn't.
So twisted.
Twisted, and sometimes the icicle pattern too. But either way, when they blink like that, it's heinous. And you got, if one of them's out, the whole thing was out. None of them work. That shit's a fire hazard is what it is. You should think twice
How
before
would I be
doing it.
hanging Christmas lights in a mall?
So can we get a full confession? Can we get a full confession from you?
God! I was with Pinocchio in the mall hanging Christmas lights.
Oh,
Fuck you.
welcome.
How did you get Christmas lights so fast, but the mall took 2 minutes? You immediately got Christmas lights with Pinocchio in the mall.
I literally asked the question.
No. So it sounded like you were talking about some, like, a reference to, like, some imaginary place I didn't know. You were like, oh, there are so many options. Maybe, there's a court and a food court and a basketball court. Dude, there's all sorts of courts, and there's thousands of little RC planes. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
No. That part didn't anger me. The part that angered me is when you screamed, "What the fuck does Pinocchio have to do with a cricket?"
That I still don't know.
I want you to go back and rewatch Pinocchio if you ever get a chance.
No, it's a terrible movie when you're an adult. Why would I do that?
How often he's hanging with a cricket in that movie?
It's fairly often.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
When you wish upon a
Oh, he's from Pinocchio?
Oh my God!
I honestly did not know this. So, like, I said Jiminy Cricket, like, instantly, but I did not know he was from Pinocchio.
And now you know.
The more you know.
The more you know.
No. Don't use that Trump. Fuck.
The thing is, I kind of want that sad trombone to follow the More You Know logo now. Just like G.I. Joe says their thing. Just. G.I. Joe. Go ahead. Now the world don't move to the beat. Everywhere you look, everywhere. Green juice, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate cake. Chocolate shake?
Oh, wait a second. Is that
So
that
you
weird
were
Al
actually
song?
giving me an excuse to sing the Different Strokes theme song.
Oh, wait, Chris. What the hell is that Weird Al song where it just, like, lists off all the shit?
Hardware store.
Like, yeah, but, like, I'm trying to remember, like...
I'm not a drill feeders, toilet seats, electric heaters.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It's actually one of my favorites of his.
So good.
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
And yeah, no! We don't have beer claws!
Oh, that's
Yes, we do have bear claws!
Dude, Albuquerque is the best. Freaking...
Did you know that?
Huh?
You know how
No,
he
I
does,
didn't
like...
know that, Matt.
No, sorry, I got really excited. You know how Weird Al either does, like, a few originals or he covers a band style?
Yes.
Yeah.
Albuquerque's actually covering a band style.
What?
band?
Yeah, it's, I gotta look it up for a second.
And everybody died! Except for me. You know why?
'Cause I have a great deal of love.
And my seat back in the full upright position.
Way back when I was a little bitty boy, living in a box on the stairs in the corner in the basement, fuck. I used to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, I can't do the whole thing anymore. I can just do, like, segments.
And Gump.
Is-
You know Gump is from a song, too.
I'm waiting for someone to parody that with Trump.
Well, Gump is a parody. It's a parody of Lump by the President
I
of the
know
United States
that.
of America.
I'm waiting for someone to parody Lump again into Trump.
Ooh. Trump sat alone in the bench in the park. We gotta get this Muslims out of this park. I don't know.
Albuquerque is a style parody of the Rugburns.
What the fuck?
Okay.
It sounds like a bad lesbian porn.
He
Yeah.
actually does a lot more style covers. For instance, you know the Everything You Know Is Wrong?
Yes.
That's a parody of They Might Be Giants style.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm
Yep.
driving a truck. Driving a big old truck.
No, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. So I did.
Good.
Then he gets all indignant on me. He's like, hey man, I was just being sarcastic.
Oh, and he's running around bleeding everywhere.
Besides, now you got a really cute nickname. Torso Boy. So what's
Oh,
he complaining
yeah.
about?
Forgot about that.
Anyway, so we should, I don't know, finish up this.
Let's finish this on up here. We've got let's do sex. What?
Let's do
Let's
sex,
do
boy.
sex. Let's do sex, boy. Let's do sex, boy.
All right, let's,
Propane.
we're sliding in the home stretch here. We're gonna do some ending games. We're doing some sex positions.
Yay!
Sex positions is a game where each of us are gonna take a turn, just listing off the name of a sex position. The rest of us are going to go in order describing the act of that sex position, and then the original person is going to give the actual truth behind that sex position. So we're going to go in order. We're going to do Alex, Matt, and me, because why not? So, Alex, your sex position.
Oh. The rusty circus tent.
Oh.
Okay. The rusty circus tent is when you get all of your closest friends to run on the hottest day of the year. And then after 6 hours after stopping, everyone's sort of crusty with sweat, and you pile them all into a tent. And what happens after that is too kind of horrific to describe, so we're going to end it there.
Use your imagination. All right, well, the rusty circus tent is actually what happens when you go to a Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus performance when the day after the elephants have had some real bad case of the runs, and someone just brings in an air horn in the crowd and they set it off and it just spooks the elephants and they let it spray everywhere.
Oh.
And it gets rusty.
So you guys have ridiculous imaginations, but what the rusty circus tent actually is when you pop a boner in a pair of jeans that are so old and overdue for a wash that you spilled at least 4 different colored things on them.
Wow. Okay, I was way off.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay.
Ugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen, I want to know about the live toss hot sauce.
All right. The live toss hot sauce is when you toss a bottle of Frank's Red Hot in the air and fuck a girl and try to get it over and done with before the Frank's Red Hots comes landing back down on her ass and shatters and spills glass and hot sauce all over y'all's genitals.
And then you keep going because you're a man, damn it.
Win or lose, you keep going.
Oh, God.
That's also the last
All
time
right.
I'll ever say y'all's genitals.
Y'all's genitals.
That's
Y'all's
my
genitals.
favorite third wave punk band.
If that's the first time y'all's genitals has ever been said in a term that isn't related to incest. What you doing with y'all's genitals? Oh yeah, wait, Shade, what was it again? The
Live toss hot sauce.
All right. That's just when you fuck a Mexican chick in front of a live studio audience.
Wow, that's simple. All right.
Simple.
However,
and clean.
simplicity is stupid. All right, so the live toss hot sauce really is when you take your significant other and you scour cities looking for news reporters, specific, hopefully novices, starting up a live recording of like a news, update. And you run up to them and you pour a bottle of hot sauce over their head, and then try and convince them to have a threesome with you and your significant other, live in front of everyone.
You gotta have the studio audience, otherwise you're not even trying.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I want you guys to tell me about the third manatee.
The third manatee. All right, so the third manatee is when you're at a club and you and your buddies are talking to these two hot chicks and you're hitting it off great, and then her third token fat friend comes and someone has to take one for the team and fuck the third manatee.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, the third manatee, you see, is actually a lot like the Third Reich.
Go on.
Exclusive, and only about 6% of the population actually enjoys what's going on.
Oh. Well, those are inspired choices, but the true third manatee is actually a way of birth control. You see, you time your thrusts so that you go one manatee, two manatee, and then on the third manatee you pull out.
Oh.
So it's like having sex in molasses.
One manatee, two manatee, third manatee.
As long as it makes kind of a, I'm sorry, sound every single time.
Oh, God.
Man, I am just turned on thinking about that.
Should we do one more round of the SP?
Wow.
We
Alex,
usually
you're
don't. We could, though,
demanding.
I guess.
No.
Does anyone have any just extra ones? I guess if you just have an
Bonus
idea, you can
round.
throw it out.
Bonus
I don't
round.
know.
Bonus round.
I don't
Who's
really
got a sex
like.
position?
I don't really like list these ahead of time. I actually like do improv.
Bonus round.
Well,
Who's got another sex
Still
position?
think of some as some are going on. That's still improv.
Who's got extras? Go. Extra. Bonus round. Just
All right.
We won't explain them. Just list them. Everyone will just. I'll call you out, and then we'll go in order. Just list the sex
Lightning
positions.
round.
Go. Just lightning round. Go, Alex. List the sex positions.
Syrian cowbell.
I had one that went pot slam flotsam.
Jamaican me crazy. Bones.
Oh, God. The moonstone.
I don't think of any other ones. That was just it for me.
You're out. All right. You're out of this round. Go. Sit down. You're out.
Oh,
That's actually the name of the
I know
position.
about 'em.
It's just it for me.
I still got him. Paulie want to
Actually, no, that's my position. That's just it for me.
Yep.
Matt is eliminated. I
Damn
have
it.
one. Paulie want a cracker.
Oh, God. Smells like Teen Spirit.
All of mine rhyme and aren't based off pop culture, you idiots.
Donkey Kong bongos.
Oh, God. The shipyard.
The sloppy Vanessa.
Ooh, how exotic.
The slow drone Don Corleone.
The Vietnamese Don Draper.
Oh.
Ooh.
The draped Vietnamese.
Whoa. Oh.
The close but a dozen cigars.
The yellow brick road.
Pulp Fiction.
Dogging the reservoir.
Talking. The pop culture.
Citizen's Shame.
The Hateful Eight.
Oh, God. The Godfather. Well, nah, Strumpet kind of did that already. Can't do that one.
That's fine.
Oh, God, no, that's fucking weird. But fuck it, the ball gag James Bond.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
The
Ed's here.
The Equestrian Aristocrats.
The
Hi, Ed.
fashionably late.
The fashionably late is when you're going at it for maybe 8 hours, and you're all numb and you can't feel anything, and then you give up, and then like 3 days later you ejaculate, and then you're fashionably late.
I'm debating whether to address the fact that Ed showed up for the last game. Or
Wait, give me a second. Mike, I have an idea. Give me a second. Let me just roll through this. Ed,
Yep.
you are typing on a keyboard. All right, now quick, give me a synopsis for Old Yeller.
There's
but
a dog
no,
and
talking
yells
like a
out
girl.
and gets shot.
Okay. It'd be funnier if you were talking like a girl during that.
He gets shot.
That was sadder.
All right, Ed, give me your impression of a Tasmanian devil. All right. Describe that sex position to me.
The Tasmanian devil?
Mm-hmm.
The Tasmanian devil is a sweet lovemaking session in the middle of a tornado.
Ed, who are you with?
Now I want a full confession.
I was with Martha Stewart.
What were you doing?
I was on the battleship.
Where were you?
No, you weren't on the battleship. God damn it!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in a kayak on the ocean,
Hey!
and we were raking leaves.
Sick son of a bitch.
All right, Ed, that was a good improv show.
All right.
We'll just splice
All right,
on
guys,
every
Ed's
single
caught up.
Ugh, cool. Well, hi, Ed.
Hello. Who's ready to
This was
record Chimp Knuckles,
so
guys?
funny.
I literally just got home. I'm like, I bet they're not here. Oh, they're still going. All right, there's a lot of banter in this show. Okay.
A lot of banter. Not enough banter.
Oh, I guess, I just took off of my airplane, and I'm like, maybe Chimp Knuckles is going. I just got out of scuba diving, and, I got attacked by a few jellyfish, but not enough to really, I'm still conscious, so I'm like, maybe I'll just check out.
I'll
Correct
accept it.
answer.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Can we call the show All's Well That Ed's Well?
I think we have to now.
Yes.
I was literally trying to think of a pun, and as I started speaking, that came into my mind. That's how quick that worked. So,
Oh, wow.
because I was
It literally cannot be named anything but that. Like, if you try to name the file anything else, the file uploader will actually gray it out.
You'll get that that no sound, the really condescending new Windows no sound where it's like no. Windows no sound was like no.
I want to replace the Windows sound with you making that sound.
No. It's like, let me click on that clip.
We sound like that hot rod.
No.
We sound like that hot rod scene where all impersonating the bell outside the pool. Does everyone know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I've only seen that movie once and not 40 once. So
Well, there's your problem.
I mean, clearly that's not my derogative. My prerogative.
That's not my derogative, you son of a bitch.
That's not my swear word. It's yours.
That is our word.
You don't say that word.
Did you guys ever watch? Have you guys seen the teaser for Fuller House?
No, is it?
Oh my god!
What is it?
Didn't Bob Saget, didn't he request to be killed off or something?
I don't.
Is his character dead?
No, I don't
Or
think so.
they got divorced or something. I know he's not in it, but there's he either got killed or they got divorced or he moved or something happened to him.
I want him to just follow the real life of Bob Saget after Full House. He became a stand-up comic again. He shed his squeaky clean image, became, a whole his bit became I used to be squeaky clean, now I'm dirty, so it's funny.
LOL.
And that
I fucking hate that bit. It's not funny. All he does is go up and say the word cunt 50 times.
But it's because
So
it's
he
Danny
can't start
Tanner.
a game. It's basically what you're
Oh, I
saying.
thought you were talking about Bob Saget.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Have you guys seen the Aristocrats?
Yeah.
The movie?
Yeah.
Or the documentary?
Not the Aristocats. No.
The Aristocrats.
The thing with all the famous comedians telling the aristocrats joke.
Yes. I haven't seen all of it. I've just seen Gilbert Gottfried do his, and I've seen Bob Saget do his. So
Gilbert Gottfried is the best, hands down. When there's blood and piss and cum everywhere,
The Aristocats!
and he takes the baby and starts shoving him.
that's actually not the worst impression I've heard of decent Alex. All right.
Yeah.
I'm saying usually no one can get anywhere close to it. That wasn't bad. Let me see it.
Problem is, I can't get anywhere close to him without alerting my neighbors because there's no way
I
to
know.
do them on medium volume.
I need to like practice, and I just don't have time or the space to do that without offending everyone or hurting myself.
It's like learning how to play the drums. You kind of have to like plan your life around it, and
Yeah.
you have to have space for it, and you need to,
What are you doing, neighbor? Don't worry. I got 3 more reps of Godfried. I'm almost done.
You get a noise complaint, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Excessive Godfried. We got a sign here, no Godfried after 10 p.m.
Excuse me, I'm religious and I take offense to that.
It's 9:30. I mean, come on.
I follow Rasta Godfriedism.
Okay, well,
Guys, I really think this was my best show. I think I did
really
the best in this, and I think
think
And
you
it's
want
just like that one improv show back in November last year. It was so good.
that actually like
yeah.
hurt
I'm
me.
sorry. Yeah. It's funny because we
Is that
did
the
like
one-
40 minutes of banter for this show waiting for you to show up.
yeah. Is that the one? The last November, was that the one you missed?
Oh yeah, there's a thing. I couldn't make it to our first show last year. When we were in Foul Play, the live improv troupe.
The real one.
The real one, not this fake shit. No, and I was busy and I couldn't make it to the show, and I was like, oh man. And then I showed up to the party afterwards, and everyone was like, oh my god, that was the greatest show ever. I'm like, okay, they say that after like all the shows, whatever. And then like they were doing like, critique of the show and went through every game and like what worked and what
Nothing
didn't.
could be better. End
And
of
it was,
critique.
yeah, it was all like, this is the best game we've ever seen, and we have nothing bad to say about any of the games, and like, and then every show after that was compared to that. I was like, yeah, it wasn't as good as that one. It's like, yeah, of course, the one show that I missed, like that's the only I had perfect attendance up until then for shows, and the one that I'm not
There could
in
be some
is
causation
tailed.
there, is all I'm saying.
It was tinted with the fact that we had like 15 new members and that they did so well for a first show. That's kind of like a big part of it. Is like, oh, they each brought 6 freshmen, so there was like 90 more people than usual.
You're
and they
just
all
saying
did
that
well.
to make me feel not
No,
as bad. I know.
No, because our show I think our show at the end of the year is comparable. Honestly, like we did stand up and stuff. Like
the one where I bombed stand up, like.
Everybody has to bomb once. You have to.
Yeah.
And
you'll
we
really
lie.
bomb the show, really, Alex.
Unless you're me, in which case you bomb all of them.
I've seen-
So it's like a regex.
To the beat of just one drum.
Because I've had some decent stand up, and
You won last comic.
I came in. Well, yeah, that was the good
I've
one.
done
Was it
okay, I
second or one?
suppose,
Or first? I forgot.
I came in third once and then second another time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I came in not first or second in the show. It was not a good. It was not a good set. It was not. I
You
did
do not receive access to the winner's peanut butter and jelly table.
I clearly.
Whoa. My
Man.
fatal flaw with my stand up was always I'd spend 2 weeks coming up with a really tight set, and then 5 minutes before the show I'd come up with an idea that like my improv got in the way of my stand up. I'd think of something that at the time seemed so much funnier than what I'd been spending all that time honing, and I would just do it, and it would suck because I didn't spend any time thinking about it because stand up is not improv. So I'd ruin my
Yep.
set. And then I'd go back to my jokes, and it wouldn't be funny anymore. Every single time. This happened like 3 times. One time I decided to do prop comedy at the last minute, which meant holding out like a piece of construction paper. Another
Man,
time,
prop comedy is never not funny.
I know, right? Another time I decided to switch out my opening joke with something. I just deadpanned something like in the Ron Swanson voice, but because I'm not Ron Swanson, it wasn't fucking funny. It was just me going on stage saying something normal and expecting people to laugh at it. And so, of course, they didn't, and I just walked off the stage. And then the third time, I changed it all up because my dad was in the audience. Although I don't regret that one, because that one, I like that one. But I went first in last. It was me going first, opening in last comic. So of course, back then they didn't fucking warm up anybody. So like whoever went first in this comic, it was
Didn't you do like something? I remember you did something about like your cats.
my cats.
I distinctly remember like there's a bit about cats that you did.
About cats.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My cat's an asshole.
I didn't have a cat at the time.
You didn't?
You're a phony.
Oh, phony.
Actually, tell me if you think that I could get away with this joke in a stand-up bit.
No.
I just randomly thought of this. Like, man, you know what? People have just been really pissing me off lately. It just seems like there's a lot of defects in people, but then I remember that it makes sense because now the majority of them are made in China.
Oh.
No, okay. I thought it was pretty clever, but that was not the reaction I was going for.
I've still been writing down in Evernote. I used to write it on my iPod back in the day, and I moved it all over to like Evernote. I have a long ass list of like little bits and pieces I can work into stand up, and I just haven't sat down and like formed a set out of all that material. But I think when I go to
a comedy club in Minnesota, and it went fucking amazingly. But I haven't done it since then.
I really want to get back into comedy when I move to Seattle because I heard that there's a really big scene there.
Dude, you, me, and my friend Cody, we can all go. We can all go to Comedy Underground and do the open mic every Monday.
Fuck yes.
So, have any of you guys ever been to Emil's Subs in Rochester? It was on Route 15A.
No.
Turned into Mount Hope.
Did
Basically,
we go?
Ed, we went that one time. Remember to try out the
that,
subs.
that is the one place that we went.
So there's a place called Emil's Subs. It's incredible. Like honestly, it's like the best sub I've ever had. And
They do open mic.
Like, it was like no, it was like 3 minutes from RIT. Anyway, I went
you're
over
thinking
the
of Open Face.
What?
Open Face.
What?
You keep glitching out,
Oh.
and it sounds like you're saying poop face, and I know that's not what
I
you're
do poop face there.
saying.
Anyway, so sub shop Emil's, great. We were there this past weekend, and eating subs, and we actually met the owner, whose father opened the store back in 1963 or whatever, opened the first one, and it was pretty cool.
1978.
With
But,
cancer.
Basically, he sat there and talked with us the whole time. It was really cool, really chill. He was very nice. But then he brought up that when he lived in Chicago, he lived behind Second City, and so he said the best first date to ever bring a girl on was just to one of the free improv sessions there, because the shows were always the same. Because they take their improv games, turn them into shows sketches. That's how they roll. But then they do a half-hour free improv every night, and it would just be like he told us that so many times he would bring girls to like the half-hour free improv behind his house at Second City, and I'm like, that's really cool.
So that method works if the improv you're going to is Second City.
Yes.
But have you ever seen the episode of Broad City when they hitting an improv?
No. I've only seen like one episode of Broad City.
I love that episode. I think that's one of my favorite episodes.
Because you know that's based off of their real experience. Like that's
it
has
gotta
to
be.
It's gotta be because everyone's known that archetype.
It's like what it's like. Listen, you're like the hottest guy I've ever seen, but you're just not funny.
You can feel like every time he jumped into a scene, everyone else on stage got so pissed at him. It was like he was like their Slippy.
Well, what was the name of the group? It was like Statutory Crep or something like that.
Something like that. It was ridiculous.
So this was Chimp Knuckles Show 20. I just think we should do that because it's a long show.
I think I can burn down.
And I was here.
Burn down your building. Yeah, let's do the outro. So that was Chimp Knuckles Show 20, brought to you by Brandon's Beef. It's the only beef made by Brandon.com.
It ain't Brandon. It ain't beefing.
How come we can come up with stupid slogans for everything else that we improv, but we can't come up with a slogan for Chimp Knuckles?
We don't make beef. You ignorant toad.
Yeah, we have one for Chimp Knuckles. It's Chimp Knuckles. Stay knuckly.
We are Chimp Listen.
Chimp Knuckles. If they ain't Knuckles, they're not Chimp.
If they're not so we are
Chimp Knuckles.
We are Chimp Nipples.
We are
Chimp Knuckles. Knuckles kind of sounds like nipples. Can we please make that our slogan?
Wait, you know what we should do is we should just use that random noun generator and just come up with like a random slogan every time.
I like it.
It'd be funny if our slogan was bees. So, okay, we are Chimp Knuckles. We are a weekly comedy performance podcast, etc., etc. We are on www.chimpknuckles.com. We are on all of the social networks: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, SoundCloud, Pinterest, I think. We're on all the Android. I don't know. I think we were supposed to take down Pinterest at one point. Didn't work. Didn't work.
Just working on it. We're working on it.
I like how you keep it in the spiel every week, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's like
It's increasingly irrelevant.
we're going to what are we going to post every week? Like the same picture of like the four rectangles, like the random ass like pictures that are on the show covers, like.
Hey, I like those.
Yo,
those took longer than the
tears?
shows.
Booty
Tears?
Booty Tears is like my favorite. I want to make a mixtape and have that be the cover. The thing is, I don't know how to make a mixtape, but I don't really care because Booty Tears needs to be something that like all the hip kids are listening to on their iPods.
I'll just print out a cassette insert for Booty Tears.
I'll make a mixtape.
An actual mixtape.
Actual
Of just me screaming. Just yeah, mix. Yeah. Just the Jersey Shore car alarm for an hour.
and take like some Kanye beats and just put that over top of it. We'll call it a day. Booty Tears.
I'll just use Stevie Wonder as a loop. So, we are on all of the podcast apps that you may have. We've got the iTunes. We've got all of the Android ones. Google Play Music is coming out with podcasts soon, and we're going to be there right at the bottom. But we'll be there. We're on all the other podcast catcher apps. If you've got a podcast app and you use it for casting pods, we're probably there. Search for Chimp. I bet you there won't be any other results other than Chimp Knuckles, or else I'll be very disappointed.
We haven't tested that theory, so we might be wrong.
We're almost definitely wrong. But
Oh my God, the slogan, or my name isn't Knuckles. Done.
Okay.
bensound.com does our music. He don't know he does. He don't, though. He do. So
You don't know it be like it is, but it knuckles.
people don't think it be like it is. Bensound do. bensound.com. I would love to get the actual Oscar Gamble to recite that as our catchphrase for Chimp Knuckles. People don't think it chimp like it is, but it knuckle.
We should get Oscar from like the guy who does Oscar from Hey Arnold, or is that the same Oscar?
Oscar Gikoska, you keep the money.
We should get.
Oscar,
What did you say, Oscar? You keep it in mind.
You keep the money?
We should get Oscar like the trash monster, or Oscar like
the crouch.
or Oscar the acting trophy. Either.
Hey, I found out once that Kakashka, Oscar's last name on Hey Arnold, Kakashka means shit in like Lithuanian.
That's hilarious.
It was fucking great. That show's full of awesome adult humor. That
Hey Arnold is amazing.
yeah.
Bring it back.
They're bringing it back. They're finally doing the second movie that was supposed to end the series. Like it never ended. It was supposed to end with he was gonna go look for his parents, and they just it got canceled because Craig Bartlett wanted more money, and they killed the show.
And
Or
you
wait,
know,
who's Craig
Samurai
Bartlett?
Jack's coming back too.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is being righted. Every wrong from our childhood is being righted, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about all of them.
Computer 3000 is coming back. It's only a matter of time before Firefly gets reincarnated somehow. It's probably going to be...
Firefly was not that fucking good. I don't get it.
Oh, man. Dude.
It was not
Okay.
that fucking good. It was super, like, slightly
So-
above average.
So hey guys, why don't you do the podcast anymore? Well, they burned down all of our houses because Alex said something bad about Firefly on the internet.
All these guys in brown
And-
coats showed up.
Yeah, and now not so
No,
much anymore.
So many people say they like Firefly because it's something that, as an internet person, you're supposed to say you like fucking bacon. Bacon is good, but it's not like a fucking god food. It just tastes good. It's not that fucking good.
Whoa. Are you telling me
didn't say it
that
was
Star Wars
bad.
7 is probably just a good movie and really not that fantastic?
I haven't seen it yet, but oh, maybe.
Kidding.
So
Obviously, people are gonna freak out. It's okay. People do. People
good night,
do.
everybody.
Good night.
Ha!
People do. Chimp Knuckles.